What's going on, guys? Patrick here from PatrickOnlineRealty.com, and today we're going to be spotlighting one of the newest developments out here. It's going to be in Kakaako, known as Kahuina, and it's actually going to be two separate buildings offering a couple different amenities, but more importantly, offering different packages and products for different types of buyers. So stick around to get all the details. See you on the other side. Okay guys, so Kahuina, it's actually named and the brand is kind of built off this idea of intersections. So in the Kakaako area, the history behind it is there used to be a lot of salt ponds and a lot of iron work that was done over here. And now that we're kind of seeing this place regentrify and it's become what it is now, which is a lot of the area of salt, we're seeing that there's a lot of modernization happening, and it's a bit of a crossroads from the old history into the modern time. So that's where this name is actually coming from. Now we're gonna have two separate towers. You're gonna have a lot of things that we're gonna go through here. You have Lamaku, which is right here. This is gonna be mostly market priced homes, but you're also gonna have a couple HHFDCs. Those are gonna be the affordable homes. And we'll go over a little bit of the details on that. And then you have Mamalu, which is gonna be all HHFDC properties. So those are gonna be a slew of 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms, and 3 bedrooms. We'll go over the stats on that as well. And then of course you have the amenities, which there are some killer amenities, which we'll recap very soon here, that's gonna be connected to the skybridge. Now, along with that, you're also gonna have kind of the focal point of this area where you're gonna have a lot of commercial space, not only down below, but also across the street. And there is word that there might be a grocery store coming down over here, which would be extremely convenient for anybody who's living in any of these towers. Now, when we look at these two buildings, you'll see that they're very uniquely designed. They've utilized the architect Ben Wu, who has notably built a Naha, which is right down the street. And you can see that they actually have a very unique design in the way that they've structured a lot of the lanais you'll see in Lamaku. Now, this is, again, 43 stories, and they're offering, there's a lot of data here, so I gotta look here. They've got 120 HHFDC, those are gonna be the affordable units, and market, they're gonna have 329 units. Now, moving on over here to Mamalu, this is gonna be all HHFDC units, 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, and 3 bedrooms. You're gonna have 32 stories and 276 units that are gonna be available. Now, along with all that beautiful living space, you're also gonna have commercial space down below. There's 35,000 square feet that's gonna cover the commercial space as well as a courtyard. Now we're gonna look at two different units and some of the amenities that they come in some of these beautiful units. You'll notice here, this is the market price units, and you can see they have the quartz countertops, and something that's super cool, come check this out. They actually have a dishwasher that has 2 different areas. They're built-ins, you wouldn't even know that they're actually there, as well as built-ins for the fridge. Now this is gonna be specific for the market units. The HHFDC units are gonna be slightly different. We'll take a look at that. Now, when it comes to options, you don't have a bunch of options, but you may have a few different choices when it comes to the cabinet colors. It's either this one or the sand color one that we'll see in the bathroom. And that is, you may also have some options when it comes to the flooring, which is gonna be luxury vinyl plank. Additionally, you'll see some of the nice finishes with the backsplash. You've got stainless steel appliances, and very uniquely, they're offering a 2-in-1 washer and dryer combo unit, which can actually do a full load in 2 hours, which is pretty mind-blowing. I've seen some of those things that take forever, and that's gonna be really nice for the space, as well as being able to just throw your laundry and have it done in 2 hours and not even have to flip it. Now, this is a sample of one of the bathrooms may look like in one of those market units. Now, if you have a 1 bedroom, you're gonna have a bathtub. If you have a 2 bedroom or a 3 bedroom, you'll have one of the guest bathrooms with a bathtub, and then in the master, there will be a walk-in shower, as you're seeing here. And of course, you've got the lovely tile. You've got that different option when it comes to the color. Now, you can't get the darker wood in the bathroom. You can have this in the kitchen. It gets a bit confusing, but of course, reach out to me if you have any questions, how we can discuss what some of your options are. But it's a very lovely design. I like the natural wood grain in all of these units. Now we're stepping into one of the HHFDC units. Now, it's very similar to the market priced ones. There'll be some subtle differences. One of those things you'll notice is those built-ins you don't have in the HHFDC, but you still do have the very nice stainless steel appliances. You don't also have those double washer dishwasher system, but again, it comes with some very, very nice stainless steel appliances. Additionally, looks like I'm gonna have to check with the sales team if it comes with a backsplash. I'm gonna assume it does not. And this is the LVP floor that you'll have, slightly different from the one that we saw in the market properties. Now walking into the HHFDC bathrooms, it's gonna be subtly different. You're gonna have, of course, these white finishes, as well as have a bathtub. Now that's gonna be the biggest, I'd say, difference, is that in some of the market price ones, you're gonna have sometimes a bathtub and a shower, sometimes just a bathtub, but in the HHFDC units, it's all gonna be just bathtubs. So just something to note. Now let's take a look at what it could potentially look like and utilizing this virtual tour. So this is gonna be over in Lamaku. This is gonna be a 2-bedroom. And one thing you'll notice is you're gonna have split ACs. We have those wood finishes as we saw in that kitchen. You'll also see carpet in the living room. And this is one of the killer spots right now, is you're gonna see this floor to ceiling. And these ceilings are gonna be about 8.5 feet. Depending on which floor you're on, they might be slightly taller. But you can see with that floor to ceiling glass, you do get some killer views depending on where you are and how high you are. And of course, when and if you're in a lane where there might be some future developments happening. But you can see right now, at least in this unit, you do get some stunning views. Now, as we walk through, let's take a look at some of the bedrooms. If we can just walk through here. You'll see here's the bathroom here. As we discussed before, you've got those wood finishes in there, and this one has the bathtub, and we should have one that also has a shower, which is probably going to be part of that master suite. So let's see if we can take a look over here. Again, we've got those floor to ceiling glass, and one of the biggest parts is you're going to have some great lanais. It's all about outdoor living out here in Hawaii, and you want to make sure you can take in that view not only from your bedroom, but actually be able to step outside, have a cocktail, drink some coffee, and soak up that view. As we go into the master or the ensuite bathroom, you can see they have that walk-in shower there with the lovely tile, again, from floor to ceiling. Now we are in Mamalu. This is gonna be the HHFDC dedicated building. This is a 621 square feet, I believe. It's a 1-bedroom. You'll see the subtle differences is they're gonna have these AC units. I believe they're called pack AC units. The thing that's very nice about these compared to some of the other projects is they're actually pretty thin. Some of the other ones can be pretty thick and take up a lot of square footage. This is gonna keep you nice and cool, not take up too much space to maximize the space in the unit. You're also gonna see the windows are punch-out windows, so slightly different from those floor to ceiling ones, but still allow you to get in a lot of natural light and take in some of those views. Of course, we've got those different finishes that we had before compared to the market ones, where you don't have the built-ins when it comes to the fridge and the dishwasher, but still very nice finishes. And if we want to take a quick look at the living room or the dining room area, and then we can take a quick gander over at the bathroom. As you can see, it's got the bathtub as we discussed before. Again, this is a 1-bedroom, but very nice with the finishes. And then we'll finish off with your lovely bedroom that you could be enjoying every single day right over here. It's also gonna have some natural light coming in from those punch-out windows. Now, no walk-in closets in these models, but you do have some good solid closet space. Now, one of the best parts is not only the location, the great units that you're gonna be getting, brand new homes, and sometimes the price, especially for those affordable units, but it's gonna be the amenities that you're gonna have access to. Now, in some of the old or other HHFDC units, ironically, sometimes they don't give you access to the amenities, even the ones they're sharing with the market priced ones. But in this development, they're gonna have amenities on the 10th floor that's gonna be connecting the 2 buildings on the skybridge. And it's actually gonna be, all the major amenities are gonna be at where the HHFDC or the affordable units are gonna be. So what you're gonna have access to is a full pool. They actually have a rec room right over here. You'll see you have a jacuzzi as well. Now we're jumping over to the rec room. Again, if you've got maybe a birthday party, just some friends in town, or if you just wanna enjoy yourself, maybe watch the game or the surf contest, you can enjoy this rec room here that can actually be separated here or just created into a large space. And then of course we saw that the pool is just around the corner. Now this is a lot to take in, but really what you're probably wondering is how much does it cost to get one of these units? Now they're supposed to be completed by 2029, but if you're interested, you need to start applying now because they're gonna start taking sales in now and deposits and then start building out the building. Now with that being said, how much does it cost? Well, let's take a look at Lamaku, which is going to be those market price properties. If you want to get your hands on one of these, they're finalizing the actual pricing, but to give you a range, for a 1-bedroom, we're looking at starting at about 700s, maybe slightly below, 2 bedrooms at about 900, and 3 bedrooms at 1.3. This is all going to vary in price in regards to its view, what floor it's on, and there are a couple different floor plans for some of these units. Now, when it comes to the deposit schedule, again, feel free to reach out to me if you have any specific questions. Again, they're gonna start receiving applicants, I believe in early January, but you wanna prepare prior to that because it is first come, first serve. But you have a $10,000 due at contract signing. You have 10% due 30 days after, and then 10% due December 31st of 2025. Now that is for the market units. Now let's take a look at the HHFDC affordable units. Now with the HHFDC affordable units, again, that's gonna be the building that's also gonna have the amenities, Mamalu. One bedroom start at $600, so significantly lower than the market rent ones. We have 2 bedrooms at $700,000 and 3 bedrooms starting around $800,000. Now you only need to come to the table when it comes to the contract signing $1,000, and instead of 20% down payment, you're only gonna need 5%. So there's a lot of benefits with this program when it comes to actually getting into a home and owning real estate, especially something as luxurious as this. If you wanna get more details, I'm gonna be making a separate video going over all the HHFDC regulation, rules, and how you can possibly qualify for that and get your hands on one of these units. But make sure you stick around to get all those details. If you got any value out of this video, do me a huge favor, smash that like button as well as click the subscribe and notification bell so you get notified whenever I drop videos just like this. And again, I'm Patrick with PatrickFamilyRealty.com, powered by eXp Realty. Hope you have a beautiful day. I'll talk to you soon. Aloha.